If you're a woman between 40 and 55 and your hair has started changing, thinning at the temples, less density, a ponytail that feels smaller in your hand, just coarse, dry, the texture's changed, and someone in your life, probably a doctor, told you it's just aging, get used to it, I want you to sit with me for the next 8 minutes because you're going to have a different feeling after this. That answer is lazy, and it is not the whole truth. And I'm going to tell you what's actually happening. So stay with me. Before I go any further, I want to be clear about what I am and what I am not. I am a nurse, not a dermatologist, and not an endocrinologist. I am not going to diagnose you, and I cannot prescribe you anything. If you are seeing real, sudden, or dramatic hair loss, please see your doctor because there are actual medical causes we need to rule out first. Thyroid issues, iron levels, certain medications, some autoimmune conditions. And if your doctor has ruled those out and their answer to what remains is just aging, then this video is for you. Because just aging is not a satisfying answer. And honestly, it's not an accurate one either. So, what's actually happening during perimenopause and menopause? So here's what you don't get told. I want you to hear the actual biology in plain language so you can understand it. Estrogen, the hormone that starts to fluctuate and then decline in your 40s, does a lot of things in your body. One of those things is protect your hair follicles. Estrogen keeps your hair in the growing phase longer. It supports the cycle. It also helps counterbalance androgens, which are hormones that, in the right amounts, are fine, but in higher relative amounts, they shorten your hair cycle and shrink your follicles. When estrogen drops in perimenopause, two things start happening at once. Aren't you lucky? Your growing phase gets shorter, and your follicles get more relative exposure to androgens, which means your hair grows for less time, it comes back finer, and eventually, at the follicles, most sensitive to this shift, stops replacing itself as quickly. This is why the pattern is so specific. Temples first, then the crown, then overall density, then texture. Your hair just feels different, not just thinner, because at the individual follicle level, it is different. This isn't aging. This is a specific process with a name. And knowing the name changes how you approach it. And a lot of people will not spend the time to explain this to you because they're so quick to get you in and out of the doctors. Now, I want to be gentle with your doctor because most doctors are not trying to fail you. Here's what usually happens. You come in with hair concerns. A good doctor will check the things that can be treated with clear medical intervention. Thyroid, iron, autoimmune issues, medication side effects. These are the things that I already mentioned. Those are the things the medical system is set up to catch and treat. If those come back clean, though, most doctors do not have a great toolkit for perimenopause-related hair changes. They tell you what remains, aging, because within their model, that is what's left. But aging is a category. It's not a cause. It's a shrug. And you deserve more than a shrug. Here is the thing nobody tells you. Even when the medical picture is clear, there is a whole layer of care, nutritional, mechanical, scalp-focused, lifestyle-focused, that can meaningfully support the hair you have. Nobody in the medical model is going to spend 20 minutes talking to you about your pillowcase, your scalp routine, or the fact that you've been washing your hair with something designed for a 20-year-old for the last 10 or 20 years. That is where the gap is. And that is the gap I want to walk you through right now. So, what actually will help that thinning hair in perimenopause and menopause? Let me be very careful here. I can't promise you regrowth. Anyone promising you regrowth is lying and probably breaking the law. What I can tell you is that scalp health, length retention, and density support are things that respond to the right care at any age, even in perimenopause or menopause. The follicle is not dead until it is actually dead. And most of what we're calling loss in perimenopause is miniaturization, not death, which means that there is more room to work with than the just aging story implies. Here's what generally helps. Sorry, I got distracted by a butterfly. So in real terms, number one, rule out the medical causes. Really rule them out. Get a thyroid panel, iron studies, vitamin D. Check your medications for hair-related side effects. Do this first. Everything else works better on a clean baseline. Number two, treat your scalp like skin, because it is skin. If you have been ignoring your scalp for 30 years, that's the first thing to fix. And I know because I was one of those people that didn't pay attention to your scalp. Gentle exfoliation once a week. Products designed for your scalp specifically, not just the strands. If no one has ever told you that your scalp deserves the same intentional care as your face, that is a huge lever. Number three, cut the mechanical damage. I've talked about this in previous videos: ponytail breakage, wet hair to bed, harsh brushing, thermal damage. In perimenopause, when your follicles are more sensitive, mechanical damage costs you more than it used to. Every strand you break from friction is one you did not need to be losing. Number four, use products that are actually formulated for your hair now. Not for 20-year-old hair, not for your daughter's hair, not definitely the cheapest option at the drugstore. You're going to have to invest in yourself as you get older with your hair, because perimenopausal hair is a different animal, and it deserves formulations designed for its actual biology. And number five, give it time. Your hair cycle is measured in months, not weeks. If you change your care tomorrow, you're not going to see results for 3 to 4 months minimum. 6 months is more honest. That is normal. Anyone promising you faster is either lying or selling you something that does not work. I want to say one more thing that most hair content skips, and I want to say it slowly. You are allowed to grieve. Watching your hair change is a legitimate loss. It's not vanity. It's not weakness. Hair is one of the ways women have been trained to be visible in the world since we were little girls, and watching it change against your will is a real thing to grieve. But it's fixable. So don't let anyone, including yourself, bulldoze past the feeling with "it's just hair." So first you want to grieve, then you want to do something about it. Both are appropriate, and both belong. So let me tell you what I do. I help women in healthcare build a sustainable business in the beauty industry, so extra shifts become a choice and not a necessity. And I picked hair especially because moments like this, when a woman is being told just aging, live with it, are moments I can actually be useful. Not with promises, with real information, and a plan for you that is customized for your hair. So if you're a woman in perimenopause and you've been told to just live with the changes, comment start below. Tell me what you're struggling the most with your hair. Is it temple thinning? Is it crown density? Is it texture change? Is it excessive shedding? Whichever one is bothering you the most. And we'll talk nurse to nurse, woman to woman, because just aging isn't a plan. It's a shrug, and you deserve a plan. So comment start below, and I'll see you down there.